Hi, welcome to the first R tutorial. So first we'll start with what is data science and what are the ingredients to build a good data science product. So as you know that there are three basic components to a data science product. One is math or statistics. Second one is the business, basically the knowledge about the domain you are working in, the problem you are trying to solve. And third, which is most obvious thing, the technology using which you can develop your product. So when you are coming to this lecture, I'm assuming that you know that what problem are you trying to solve, what are the problems which you can solve through statistics or technology you are using. And I also assume that you have R and RStudio installed in your system, which we will use for this particular lecture. Okay, so before we start learning R, so there are a few things which I want to talk about first. For example, R is an open source language, which means that anybody and anyone can contribute to the development of R, and which is basically the best part of R, which makes it the best language for statistics. Another thing is whenever a new technique is getting developed, the first language which adopts it is R. Now, R is a very good language, but there are few things which you need to know before you start with R. For example, R is a open source language. So what do we mean by open source? We already talked about. So R is a case sensitive language, which means that variables in a lower case and variable in a upper case are different. So for example, if I run this one, so what I have just done, I have installed a numerical value 5 to a variable named as capital A. Now let's assign 10 to a new variable small a. So what do you think? What will be the value of a here? Will it be 5 or 10? Let's check. So it's still 5. So it means that small a and capital A are two different variables when it comes to R. Now, you might have noticed that we have used two different kind of notations. One is equal to sign and one is less than and hyphen. So these are two syntaxes which you can use in R to do assignments to your variable. There is not much difference between these two. The only thing is that the arrow operator, which is less than hyphen sign, can be used if you have value on your left hand side which you want to assign to a new variable. For example, if I run this one, so you have seen that I have assigned a value 6, which was on left hand side of my operator, to a variable b. Okay, now let's do some more assignments. So I want to assign a value 6 to a new variable called 1 to b. Wow, it's giving error. Okay, what is this error? Let's run another command. Oh, again error. Again error. Okay, so what we have learned here, that there are certain constraints for giving a variable name. For example, your variable name cannot start with a number or a symbol. The only symbol which you can use is a dot symbol. For example, if I want to assign this one, this will work. Okay, so there are the underscore operator or underscore symbol which is there, it can be used in a variable name, but only when it is coming within a variable name, and What I mean by this, that a variable not starting with underscore. Okay, so we have created a new variable b underscore c which contains a value 9. Okay, so now till this point we assigned values to variables, but many a times we encounter to the situations where we want to assign a value stored in a variable into another variable. For example, here I am creating a variable var1 which contains value 100. Now I want to use the value 100 into a new variable which is var2. Okay, so var2 now contains 100. Now let's change the value of var2 to 100. Now what do you think? What will be the value stored in var1? Will it be 100 or 200? Give you a second to think about it, then we'll run this command. Okay, so variable 1, it still contains the value 100. That means that R has created a new variable var2 and has assigned a separate memory space for it. So in a way it is not linking to var1, but R has created an entirely new variable var2 for you.